everybody, welcome back to episode Rewind, where we talk about the Blacklist. And today we're covering episode 8, Kings of the Highway. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Dustin.
And this one, you guys, this is the last episode we have before the Thanksgiving break. So we will not be here next Thursday or next week. We don't actually put it on Thursdays, but we won't be here next week. Yeah. And we will maybe see you the week after. Just look for my post on Twitter at Wendy Lee Zaney if you have Twitter, and I will let you know if there is an episode. I'm like 99.9% sure that there isn't, though, the week after Thanksgiving. Okay, so tonight what we're going to do is give you guys our overall impression of tonight's episode, what we loved about the episode, what we didn't like so much, and predictions for the upcoming episode after that. So, Dustin, what was your impression for tonight's episode?
You know, honestly, I kind of felt like this week's episode was a little bit of a filler episode. You know, it didn't really progress the story forward very much until like the last 5-10 minutes of the show. Not even, I think, closer to like the last 5 minutes of the show. It was still fun and entertaining. Yes. But definitely just kind of a filler episode. What did you think?
I have to agree. I felt that, like you said, I'm going to have to echo that it didn't really progress the story forward, as in the whole episode, it wasn't doing that. The whole episode was more of Liz and Red divided, and it didn't move the story forward because it really didn't go towards what they're going to be doing for Lizzie as far as exonerating her until the very end, where I felt like they could have done that through the entirety of the episode, seeing that especially next week we're taking a break, we might get one episode back before the winter, but I don't think so, because I remember in the previews or NBC Twitter saying something that this is the winter or the fall finale or something like that.
Yeah, and then
so it's like on a long hiatus because the holidays coming up for the US. So they could have done a lot with this episode. So I still liked it. I didn't hate it. But I just wish they had a little bit more meat than just, Red being kidnapped.
Yeah. So what were some of the things that you liked about the episode?
Actually, the positives and negatives kind of balance out. Usually it's kind of one-sided. So this week, being always true to what the writers always do and true to Red's character, is that he, even though he was captured by the Kings of the Highway, who are the Blacklisters of this week, he is still very witty and he still provokes them, even though he's the one that's in handcuffs. And I find that really, it's just Red, and even when he's defeated and being beaten up, he just doesn't care, and he's still going to bite at you because he can, because he's Reddington.
And that's something that's also really great about his character, is that it never really seems like he's at a disadvantage. Even though, true, he's handcuffed, you have guns pointed at him, he still has a leg up on you because he's Reddington. Yeah. And he's going to pick at you. He's going to find a way to get through what you think is an advantage. And I love just this back and forth with these guys of the Kings of the Highway. Yeah. Was really fun, and how he just picked at them, and he knew he was able to psychologically break them down. I think he had fun with them because, as far as like an adversary, the Kings of the Highway was nothing but brute in numbers. Yeah. So if you divided them, which is what he so cleverly did, they were nothing. They were nothing to him, and I love the end when he actually got to get away from to the girl. He was like, "Jilly, you need help." He always has some of the best lines.
It's so great. Another thing that I really liked, and it was my prediction last week of who Laura would be, and that Laura Hitchens, I think is her last name.
Yeah, you called that.
She is Cabal, and it was a huge shock. Like, I kind of half saw it coming when she shot Revan. But and then afterward, the fact that she did it just dawned upon me. I was like, holy crap, she just killed a character that I really actually care for. I didn't think I cared that much for. Because she was very much Team Cooper / Ressler. And she's gone, so I don't even know what to do from now on. And another thing was that...
And her reaction.
To Revan, to her shooting Revan, it's something she had to do because she is the Cabal. But she was just so emotional, and she really did have feelings for, in a sense, her friend. And it just makes me wonder where is she position-wise in the cabal? Like, is she
Yeah.
not so high up?
That's why she had to do this.
To climb up, to kind of maybe secure her safety. Who knows what the cabal actually has on her? It's making her, you keep our secrets, or will harm your loved ones or something like that. But that is, that leads us into, I think, why we got to look into why Ressler has the Boy Scout
syndrome, the whole story behind his
about his father
wanting to root out all the crooked cops, and all of his morals and standing really didn't. It was what
why he is always such a stickler for, we have to follow the rules, especially when he found out that Samar was the one who was, tipping off Red and Liz. He got upset, and you think he'd let her, have a little bit of leeway since they just spent the night together. Mm-hmm. But he didn't. He got so upset. He was like, "No, you're not just being disciplined. You are fired. Get out. I don't even want to look at you." And I was like, "Whoa, okay, calm down, cowboy." And then he explained to Revan why, and I was like, "This explains everything." And this season is why I said in the beginning that Ressler would be growing a lot in this season, and he definitely is, especially after tonight.
One thing that I am also glad about is that I was afraid that they were going to drag out this love connection between Ressler and nope, just lasted not even, what is it, like a quarter of an episode.
No, it lasted till like the beginning of the episode when she got out of his bed, and that was it. Mm-hmm. I mean, Aram found out pretty much right away. I mean, he may be soft-spoken, he may seem a little timid and shy,
but he ain't dumb. He catches on really quick.
So quick. And she didn't, I like that, for someone who in a sense cheated maybe on her boyfriend, I guess. She didn't even try to explain. She just, caught me and I am sorry. And she just straight up. And so I wonder if this leads her maybe in the future into just working outside of the task force with Reddington.
I think she's just going to hop on board with Reddington. Completely 100% on board.
Or she can go back to the Mossad. I guess that's another, but they killed most of those guys.
There's really only like one guy left.
I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, those are my positive. What about you?
I agreed with a lot of your positives. I liked the growth of Ressler, and I liked when I was going on with Reddington. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of some of the other things that might have popped out at me that was really good. I think I have more to say with the things that I didn't like. Okay,
then why don't we jump into that part and you can kick it off.
I didn't like the story that they had with Tom this time around. Where they were kind of being chased because he always pronounces Russian name
Karakurt.
Tracking him down with a random chip that he just happened to forget that he had in his chest.
Never mentioned it.
How would you forget that?
Well, I guess I'll play devil's advocate here and just say that maybe he wanted to be found because he didn't want to be captured by the FBI and the good guys.
True, and he did try to kill himself, so maybe he...
So, but now, I mean, Tom cut it out with the can lid.
Ugh.
So...
And I like that one little detail where he's like, "Okay, I'm going to disinfect this random can."
Yeah, so you don't lose your one chance, to your get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
For Liz to infection because you cut him open with the lid of a can.
And then I was so afraid that they were going to either shoot some of the people there, or the homeless people, or shoot the dog.
I know.
I was like, no, don't shoot the dog. He's such a cute little. He was a cute little pit bull, and I didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I said before, I really felt like this was more of like a filler episode. There really wasn't a blacklister on this one.
Right. I mean, if you want to talk about Kings of the Highway and how a motorcycle gang was able to subdue Raymond Reddington, the most elusive criminal in history.
And there seemed to be a lot of...
How that happened.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know is how someone like Red can be overtaken by motorcycle gangs. And I understand that they're this infamous gang in that area.
Yeah.
But Red
would be on his guard.
They're already on the run. Exactly.
Red would constantly be looking over his shoulder, I guess. And if someone approached him, he would see right through their bullshit. Yeah. He's smart enough to do that.
I really don't understand, and maybe you guys can clarify more in the comments if you have a different feeling, but I kind of feel like everybody's going to be on the same page with this one.
Yeah. And I think things kind of worked out with the Kings of the Highway a little too coincidentally. Like, it just so happens there was a situation where he was able to say, well, he's going to, he doesn't need you anymore. He's got his girl, and now he's just going to take you out into the woods and kill you. And they just happened to go out into the woods to kill Reddington. And he was like, see, told you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I love the way, of course, that Reddington plays it off.
Yes.
And, James Spader. He's such an amazing actor. And he makes you buy it. He makes you believe it. But looking back, I'm kind of like, a little bit on that.
On the scenario of him being kidnapped?
Yeah, and then at the very end, it's just that all of the way that Ressler found out exactly about, how often do you check your history? To see, oh, wait a second, someone cleared my history?
Not often.
And it
More
was just...
often now.
It was almost immediate. I mean, to be able to find out... I mean, that all happened within the few hours.
So, right. Basically, are you basically saying that Ressler knew Samar was lying to him?
I guess that...
Already?
Could have been it.
What is he, super spy?
Yeah. And then they were able to find out where he was, where Reddington was, and be able to get a task force down there immediately, get him down there immediately, and still be able to have this sting to where he was able to pick him up.
I don't know.
Where did he know they were meeting up to do the exchange?
Because they followed the guy back from the hospital.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Because he said that's Reddington.
See, let's see
Reddington
where he
has a
us.
very distinguished wardrobe, because Dembe said that the second he saw the guy during the exchange with Liz, that's Reddington's coat. And then Ressler said the same thing at the hospital. That's Reddington's coat. And I was like, wow, just maybe Reddington, you're on the run now. I would suggest switch. At least Liz switched up her hair. So that's one more positive I guess I have to give now, I'll give it to Lizzie, is that she really had to be independent on this one.
Yeah.
And she kind of went after Jasper, who was the tow truck guy who assisted, I guess, in all of that.
Yeah, all of the robberies and pickups.
And how she just seduced him, and she just didn't care. I was like, I wonder how far she was going to go, because she went to his apartment.
Mm-hmm. But you saw also how panicked she got. Oh my God, where's Reddington? Where'd he go? What happened? And just completely, almost this close to what I would say, losing her shit.
And on the flip side, too, when they were so separated at the end, when the FBI came storming in, and he called her like crazy. He was on that payphone. Lizzie, where are you? Don't do this. He freaked out, too. It's because they're so close. They are so close. And then one more negative, and this is just a really small nitpicky scene. So when Cooper, his wife, and Tom and Karakurt were in his very nice Mercedes, he makes a lot of money, so I get it. It was a nice car. Trying to lose the Cabal and Mr. Solomon's team. There were, if you guys remember in the episode, there were motorcycle, Cabal members following them.
Yeah, the two motorcycles, one on each side.
So not when the first guy crashed, but right after the second guy flipped over the car, there was this huge commotion. Obviously, a motorcycle just crashed. The rider flew off his bike. They made a big scene, and Cooper's car kept going. And if you go back and look in the background, there is not a cross guard, but there's a cop, and he's directing traffic, and he's just like, move along. And completely just zero oblivious. And I was like, man, you guys gotta tighten up your security. I said that to him. I was like, did you see the cop just standing there?
The extra is just like, whatever. There's an accident.
I wonder if during
a homicide.
Shooting, that's an actual cop keeping actual traffic away from set. And was just not reacting to the.
Oh, and they just accidentally happened to catch him. I just wonder,
because it happens sometimes. Because wasn't there a car that they didn't edit out, or they had to edit out in Lord of the Rings or something like that?
Oh yeah, that's right. In the background, right as they're about ready to leave the Shire. you see in the background. They had it in the theatrical release.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just an editing mistake. And
I don't know, but I thought that was hilarious. So moving forward with our predictions because they left a pretty big cliffhanger. Samar's fired, so you see her and Amar kind of looking at each other, and she kind of looks down shamefully, and the elevator door closes. The big thing we didn't even talk about was the FBI did close in on Dembe and Liz.
And Dembe got captured. Liz got captured.
Liz actually got tackled down by Ressler, and he even said, she was like, "Don't do it. You wouldn't do it." And he had a gun at her. Yeah, I would. And I was kind of like, would you though? Yeah. Would you though?
Because you know she's innocent.
He knows that.
He's been fighting for it. He wouldn't shoot her.
So I just want to know what your take is for when we come back from the hiatus. What do you think we'll see happen?
Well, this is also something I want to throw out to you guys. What do you think is in that suitcase?
Yes.
What do you guys think? Because it has to be something that is so valuable that a whole bunch of hillbilly saw it and goes, "Is that what I think it is?" So they had to know immediately on site what it is.
What is it, like gold bars?
But then how would that be useful for Liz's freedom?
It would. I don't know. And they masterly kept it out of frame because they want us to come back and see it.
They pulled a whole Pulp Fiction on us.
Oh my god!
Of the opening of the. So what do you guys think it is? And what do you think?
Well, I want to know if we're gonna see more of Samar. I really, really like her character. I mean, in the last episode, in the Zal bin Hassan, her performance is just phenomenal. So I think it'd be really sad if we didn't see her for a couple episodes. I would obviously want to know if what's gonna happen to Liz. That's a given.
Yeah.
And the big question is, what is Ressler going to do if and when he finds out about Reverend Wright, that she has been shot by Laurel, and what's he going to do about that? Obviously, there were cleaners on the scene because the Cabal, sent out their team. So I think it'll be kept under wraps for maybe a little bit, and then Ressler is going to know something's up. So I want to see what's going to happen and who is going to fill her spot. Does that leave room for Cooper to come back?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because the only one that would know that what Ressler said was Cooper working with Tom is her. If Ressler can kind of forget that, bring Cooper back in, then they might actually have a leg up. But Cooper right now is in hiding with his wife, Tom, and Karakurt.
Right. So, and then what's Red's plan for Karakurt? We don't even know yet. There are just so many questions unanswered, and I can't wait until we go back, and I'm predicting that when we go back, because they've been really consistent with this, that we're going to pick up exactly where we left off. So it'll open, the scene hopefully will open with Ressler and Liz in the forest on the ground.
Yeah.
Is he going to let her go?
Or walking out of the woods with her in handcuffs.
So you guys, and I think that's pretty much the end of our recap.
Yeah.
So let us know your thoughts, your comments, your predictions. Those are our favorite, reading them, because some of them are so in-depth that I'm just like, I never even saw it this way, and it's fantastic.
Like, whoa.
Thank you so much for always commenting, and if you want to interact with us, since we're going to be on a long break, feel free to keep commenting, or you can find us on social media. Dustin, where can they find you?
On Twitter and Instagram at SwingKid1981, and on Facebook at Dustin Zaney.
Yay! Got it right. And for me, you can just find me on Twitter or Instagram at Wendy Lee Zaney. Don't forget to use that little thumbs up button so more people see this video.
And
it means more than you think. And click the subscribe button. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.